Just gotta wait for it to fucking register. You found it? Oh yeah, it's there. Oh yeah, it's there. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, Adrian, this is all it is. And then you got loads of different panels. Yeah. Adrian, do you want to see the size of the map? Yeah. That's the size of the map, and every one of the dots are something you can go to. And I am all the way down here. I'm not playing it online, I'm playing it on a private session, because I don't want to get attacked and lose all my shit. Yeah, they can grief you and just kill you and take all your shit, and then you got to pay for repairs on your ship. Yep. And then we can make a wing squadron together and take on the larger missions that pay out more money. Pretty much. As long as you've got the right components in your ship, like your flight assists and all that lot, then yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can just tell it to automatically jump for you. No, you can go everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. So if I wanted to go to, for instance, this place, which is quite far from where I am, I can do plot route and fly there. What? Yeah, but it's not called light speed, it's called light fold. Plus the controls are something you probably won't be able to get used to. You need to use both analog sticks at the same time. Nope. No, No Man's Sky, you pretty much only got the one analog stick, and one just moves the screen. Here, if you want to turn, you have to use both analog sticks. Along with making sure your speed gauge stays in the little blue marker. You gotta make sure your ship doesn't overheat, because if you overheat, you take hull damage. You need to change your settings, prioritize what you want to be done with, be it you want all power to engines and some on system, or all powers to engines and weapons. Fuel isn't that big of an issue because you get all ships come with a fuel scoop. So all you need to do is fly near a sun, and you can start scooping up fuel. No. Doesn't exactly tell you what sort of fuel the ship is made with. But then you got your different factions, your reputation with said factions, session log. So I've only been on for about 2 hours at the moment. Your finance, and then permits. Because you can buy star systems, and then anyone else that visits that system will pay a tax, which you get the money for. You got your inventory full of your resources, refinery materials, data. You got your ship log, so I can turn on headlights, night vision. No. You can get details on your ship. You can get extra fighters. Uh, 10 seconds. 8, 7. Because the closer you get to the system, the slower I'm starting to slow down. So 7 seconds is taking longer than 7 seconds because I'm slowing down as well for my re-entry. Question: can you hear the music I've got on in the background? Okay, so that's interesting then. Before with the PS4, you couldn't play background music while live streaming. But I can now, yes. I mean, quite possibly. Yeah, I've got Spotify playing on in the background, so I wasn't sure if it would be playing or not. Possibly. Yeah, but it's quite surprising because I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I suppose. I suppose.
Lighting gear deployed.
And you love it.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
I can't. I've tried. Can't do anything here, so I need to grab a new mission to go somewhere else. The mission board. Can't take 36. For sure I looked on this one, didn't I? Yes. Free jumps. Cool. I just grabbed a new mission that's only going to take me 3 jumps to get there.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Oh no, you gotta get, see underneath my fuel I got the little blue box that says mass locked. Because I'm next to such a large structure, I can't jump until that blue box goes. Now I can jump.
Drive charging.
Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh yeah, that's the thing with it. It's but this was out long before No Man's Sky.
Four, three, two, one.
Only if you set a route there. Otherwise it won't. Yeah, you need to set your route for it to give you automatic. Otherwise you need to manually go onto your navigation and find the sector you need to go to. So right now I need to go down and find it. Like this point here. And click on that. And now it's set me up with a route. And now I target it. And then automatically locks on. Apparently at this speed it's going to take me about 11 days. Nope. Real life. That's real life days. That time is real life, not anything else, dude. That just shows you how large this map actually is. 11 days to go to one system. I would run out of fuel. I run out of fuel in an hour and a half. Oh yeah, this is all done in real life time, not anything else. Because I've got to go from this star all the way over to here. Nope. You need to be online. Oh yeah. Ugh. But yeah, you can do all sorts. I can open up my discovery. If it would work. I guess you don't want to work for me. Cool. Yeah, it's on PS4. Yep, photo mode, in a way. Yeah. If I get to a actual station, I can show you, but at the moment I can't find an... I could find an actual station. Like, there, that's an actual station where I can go to and buy a new ship if I wanted to. Would there be any close to this one? Probably not, to be honest. A bunch of planets. Suppose there's that one. Might be that one. Yeah, see, now it's cut down to 22 minutes flight time. So when do you reckon you're gonna get your PlayStation back, dude? See, this is why you shouldn't be watching pornography on your phone. Well, on your PS4 or your phone. Do like everyone else. Buy a cheapy little laptop. You spoke with anyone recently anyway? You spoken with anyone? Ah, fair enough. What about Jacob? Where's he to nowadays? But I thought you would have texted him or something like that. So, pretty much 3 months ago. Jesus. Yeah, but that's no excuse. I do night shifts, and look at it now. I'm awake. Oh, see, I can't stand Neverwinter. I mean, Craig messaged me last night and whatnot, so I was chatting with Craig, and Craig's gone back on to ESO. Yeah. Even then, I will say it now as I said back then. ESO, it's good for what it is, but at the same time, it is horrendous for what it is. It wants to be an MMO, but it hasn't got the role systems MMOs kind of need for dungeon play like that. Everyone can be everything. Sure, that's fine, but if you're gonna do that, make it so one class is particularly better at healing than you have this healer that does the same amount of healing as the tank that's able to tank the same amount of damage as a glass cannon. You gotta. There's that balance between them, and I don't think it's got that balance. It's got. It could have made an absolutely amazing game, but it just lacked that MMO essence. Adrian, why can I hear myself? Yeah, I know you did. Fair enough. But yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, so. I mean, admittedly, BDO has the same issue. There isn't a class designated for just healing. There isn't a class designated for healing. The closest you've got are the Shies, which are all-round supports, so they'll just constantly give buffs to players. Which, yeah, that's fine, but at the same time, you don't need healers or tanks, anything like this, because there isn't no group activities as such. You can do some missions as groups. Some groups are recommended for missions. A lot of areas are recommended, when you get to the end game, are recommended for group play. But it's like, because there's no actual activity just for groups. Yeah, it's the world. You got Rift bosses, but that's single player, and they're piss easy. Once you get to like level 58 and you've pretty much got tier 2's gear, Rift bosses are a walk in the park. So that's pretty much that. World bosses, you can attack at any level, it doesn't matter. As long as you get a hit on it, you get rewards. Doesn't matter if you die. Because it's stunned by the entire fucking game. So, doesn't matter on that one. Field bosses are the only real challenge, because you'll only ever have maybe about 3-4 people go to a certain one. unless it's one of the ones that drop an actual piece of armor. Red Nose. Yeah, would not surprise me, to be honest. Because Red Nose, although he has a piece of boss armor, yeah, he's one of the ones which is also a rift boss where he can drop it. So a lot of people aren't going out their way to fight him. Plus, because he's also in such a newbie area, not a lot of high level players are around the area unless they're doing Corunda. So a lot of players are going to be down in like Dragon or Camasilvi grinding out, and then they get a message pop up saying Red Nose has spawned. They ain't going to spend the 15 minutes running up to Red Nose. Yeah. So that was that. But I mean, yeah, but even then it depends if they've got something to do, because if they're close by, they're going to be a low-level character or a secondary character or something like that. It's not going to be their main character with all their shit on. So, I mean, me and Sam's been thinking of getting PCs up and running and doing World of Warcraft. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make new accounts. And then probably look at doing like World of Warcraft or something like that. Just because the only other good MMO sort of thing that we quite enjoyed was the Final Fantasy, but that's... you do, but you don't. Not necessarily. No, not true actually. World of Warcraft, you can use in-game currency to extend your playtime. Yep. Yeah, that's why we were thinking, or it might be worth us doing some like buy 6 months on World of Warcraft. Then by the time that 6 months is up, we should have enough in-game gold to be able to buy another 6 months, and so on and so on and so on. That was the other one we were thinking of. But yeah, like Final Fantasy's got that new DLC coming out soon. And it's like, me and Sam were looking at it and it's just like, yeah, it looks good. Sam hasn't even finished Shadowbringer or Shadowbringer. He hasn't finished that DLC yet. I finished that DLC. I've now got to do patched 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, and 5.5. So I've got to finish up those if I were to even do it. But we were looking at it and it's like, alright, so there's a couple of new dungeons, new gear that's being added, new bits and bobs. Nothing really was standing out to us that would make us want to go back on it. Well, we didn't care too much if we had to buy the next expansion. It was if it was worth the purchase or not. That was the key one for us. if it was worth the purchase, then yeah, we probably would. We would go, alright, cool. And like the new class they're bringing in is a new healer. And well, no, there's only the free healers, Adrian. There's only free healers, but what they should have done is yeah, because what's it? There's free healers and free tanks, and then the rest of them are DPSs. Oh God, no. No. But we were like, yeah, healers are fine and all, but you've got the white mage is the most powerful healer there is. There isn't much that can defeat the white mage.
Docking request granted.
So that was that, and it's just like, alright, cool. You could have done something a bit better. Give us a new tank or something like that. Because there's only 3 tanks, and they ain't that good. You got the Guardian... Yeah, Guardian, Marauder, or Berserker, whatever the fuck it's called, and Dark Knight.
Landing gear deployed.
Which none of those were extremely good. The Guardian was alright, but they just weren't that tanky.
Successful. Engines disengaged.
Comparing it to like the Marauder. But then you got the Marauder, which is more of a DPS focused.
Incoming message.
But yeah, that was the thing we were looking at, and it's just like none of it's really standing out to us anymore. That's why we were looking at the Outriders. Because, have you actually seen anything on the Outriders? It looks a bit like a cross between Division and Destiny.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Yeah, but let's face it, Destiny didn't have a storyline. Yeah, but you can kind of do that with that as well, by the way. Once you get so far in and you get the exploration unlocked, you can choose on where you want to go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh no, it was the jump was too far for my warp drive. I haven't really put any money into this ship. I just put some extra storage capacity so I can actually make a bit more money a bit quicker.
Frameshift drive charging.
But no, that was another one we were looking at as well with Destiny.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Well, we were looking at it, and it was like, the new stasis powers are just fucking ridiculously broken. To the point where it just doesn't seem fair, or even fun anymore. No, I wouldn't say that. It just wasn't. It doesn't live up to its predecessor. Yeah. Plus, I wanna say there is a new raid, but it's not like Vault of Glass, Kingsfall, Crota's End. It's nothing like those. Everyone did, because it had hero moments. No, no, none of that lot. It was the hero moments. That was the bit that really sold it for me and Sam. Because I can't forget when me and Sam were doing the Kingsfall raid, we got onto the War Priest. I was the last one alive. War Priest was almost dead. I had the Blight, and I had like 2 seconds, and the boss had like 1 health left. So I took my last shot. He died. I also died. We had no Warlock with a self-res. But as he died, I died at the same time, but all the loot burst out in front of him on the floor. So when we respawned back in, we were like, oh, are we going to respawn with it done or not? Because you remember back then when you died, you got like the 3 seconds before it all reset, didn't you? Yeah. So it was that sort of situation where it's like, oh, is it gonna register in the next 3 seconds that we finally killed him, or are we gonna have to do it all again? Unfortunately, we had to kill him again, but we got more loot. We got double loot from it. And that was one of the things we fucking loved. Because it was a bunch of randoms me and Sam were playing with, 4 other people, and none of us knew each other, and it was just me on my own in there, and they were just screaming and yelling at me, going, you can do it, kill the frog, increase your time. I was like, no, gotta just murder him. And then just the cheers that went off when he dropped, and then it was like, oh fuck no, and then when I died. And then everyone was like, Warlock self-res. But those sort of moments are gone from the game. Yeah. I reckon they could probably implement those, they could probably implement them back, but they would need to get rid of that once a team member dies, you only have 30 seconds to resurrect them. I reckon if they got rid of that and brought back, it doesn't matter if they're dead, they can still be brought back in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That would be fine. It might bring back the hero moments. But it's the case of, oh shit, he's dead. We've got 30 seconds to go and res him, otherwise it's a team wipe. That's crap. Sure, keep it so everyone only can res once. That's fine with me. It saves you having a designated healer to constantly run around and heal and res people when they die. That's fine. But it's that case of 30 seconds and then it's a team wipe. I'm sorry, but if you're... No offense to you, But, like, if we were running you through, like, the hardest difficulty in one of the raids and you kept dying, it's like we would much rather, and you weren't, like, the highest light level compared to the rest of us and doing, like, no damage. We would have gone, alright, Adrian, just stay dead, we'll kill it, and then we'll get you back up afterwards. That sort of situation, where we know it doesn't require 6 of us to kill it. Where we can do it with very little people. But it's not the case anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Crota's End. Yeah, it was that sort of situation. That was on Crota's End. I don't remember that one. No idea. I know I rung you when we were mid-raid and you were asleep. On mic. And we could hear you snoring. What? Oh, Flawless Raider. Yeah, that's another achievement that's just gone down the drain in the game. Yeah, nothing like that exists. There is no such thing as Flawless Raider on there. It was a challenge because you had to make sure everyone knew their part. Everyone knew the raid inside and out. Yeah. Yeah, we did it on Crota's End because that was the easiest one to do it with the less mechanics. Because, what was it? Vault of Glass, you've got the Harpies and you've got the Templar and all that lot. No. Vault of Glass would have been much harder. Because you got to think, Adrian, you would have had to do the starting area where you'll get the 3 constructs built. Easy enough. Then you would have to fight the Templar and get the Oracles. That would have been the harder point. Then fighting the Templar. Then the Gorgon run. That would have been the killer for us. That would have been the one that would have completely and utterly fucked us over. And then even if we'd got through that part, Atheon himself probably would have fucked us over because we would have had someone made the mistake of, when they've got teleported, wouldn't have known where to go. So that would have been the key issue there. King's Fall... King's Fall, we could have done it if everyone knew the correct way to do it. But I don't think you ever did King's Fall. Or finish King's Fall. Yeah. But the problem with King's Fall, you had the moving jumping platform puzzle, which Dan always died at. If you were a warlock, you failed at that puzzle so often. Yeah. And you get a very slim margin of error. Hunters, piece of piss, bones of Eo, and you just flew across. Titans, jump, shoulder charge, and then jump, glide. Done. Yeah, they did. Yeah, but you gotta think, Warlocks had the self-res. Which, I will say, made fucking Trials of Osiris fucking fun as anything. That's the one thing I'm really annoyed about as well with the Trials of Osiris. You can see when the enemy team has supers up and ready to go. I don't like that. If Trials is supposed to be a skill-based thing to test your skills, yeah. No, turn it off so you cannot see that they've got their super. At least that way you'll be... After the first 2 rounds, you'll be playing a lot more cautiously because you know they should have their supers up and ready. Oh, no. You need to have your HUD on so you can see when your grenades and stuff like that is. Just don't let you see your opponent when they get their supers. That's the one thing they shouldn't have added in. No, not even normal Crucible. I wouldn't want it. No. Because it would just take the fun away. Because you'll be like, oh great, there's a hunter with blade dance going around. Where is he? Oh, there he is. At least that way, if you didn't know that they had one available, you ran around the corner and then it was like, oh fuck, there he is. And you're like, oh shit, I'm dead. What? What? See, I'm the opposite. I quite like that, where you can have different builds for your characters. Because it gives the game a bit... Well, it gives the characters a bit more diversity. So if you wanted a raid build, you can have your raid build. But then that raid build isn't going to be very good in, say, standard PvP in PvP. Then you can go into your PvP, but then you can have a hardcore PvP build, which is built for your trials. But then you can have your PvE, which is basically for your general mobbing sort of style build. Then you can have your PvE boss killing build. That I agree with that, because hey, I was one of those that always carried around a second piece of armor in every slot along with a second piece of exotic gear back in D1. I always had like the Celestial Nighthawk, the Chest of Alpha Lupe, Bones of Ao, stuff like that, always in my second spot, along with other pieces of gear I was wearing. That way, fine, alright, I don't need Bones of Ao, I don't need Nighthawk because I don't need to do one massive bit of damage. Chest of Alpha Lupe so I can get the extra orbs. Done. Yeah, I know what mods you're on about, where you can put them onto your armor to increase, like, intellect and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, but I prefer that. I prefer it like that because it makes it a bit better instead of you always having to swap out pieces of gear all the time. Because I would always have, back in D1, I would have like 4 different armor sets on me. One where I had for like full intellect, one where I had full discipline, one where I had, whatever the other stat was, and then one where it was a mix of all 3. So I could switch between them if I wanted my grenades quicker. Lack of content. Season passes, I say, is fine as long as it doesn't lock you out of content. It doesn't. The season passes, it does lock you out, but it doesn't lock you out. It only locks you out for a set amount of time. For instance, back when they first introduced it and we got that hand cannon that did piercing rounds. If you bought the season pass, you got that gun straight away. If you didn't buy the season pass, you had to wait until you were rank 30 to get that hand cannon. And then you could start doing that damage with that. But at the same time, nothing stopped you from getting a gun and picking up that mod, from just randomly picking up that mod and putting that mod on a weapon. Nothing stopped you from doing that. You didn't have to wait till 30 to get that hand cannon. You had to wait for 30 to get the exotic hand cannon with that perk. But that's it. But even then, you still had to wait until you got this artifact. And once you got the artifact, you needed to do so many kills to unlock the perk on there where you could put on piercing rounds on a hand cannon or an assault rifle, scout rifle, pulse rifle, whatever. Then you could put the perks on the weapon. But that's season passes I haven't got too much of a complaint with. But they needed to make it so every so often you get like the coins, so you can buy the season pass with the coins for next season, like what COD does. Where if you don't buy the season pass, after 4 seasons you have enough coins saved up where you can buy the season pass. Then once you've bought the season pass and you always get to rank 100, you have enough coins to buy the next season pass. So you're never going to be without the season pass unless you don't get to 100. And if you don't get to 100, you're only going to probably be missing maybe 100 or 200, which is fine. You get 100, 200 very early on in the next year's season pass, so you just buy the season pass again, and everything you didn't unlock up to those 200 coins you just got automatically unlocks, so you get a nice flood of rewards coming. But that's one of the things they needed to do with the Destiny 2 season pass. Make it so you get the whatever the fuck the currency is called, silver or something, where you can buy the season pass. Yeah, inside the season pass, which lets you then buy the next season pass. Yeah, and then you get enough V-Bucks or whatever it is to be able to buy the next season pass. Yeah, that's one of the things they should have done. If they did that, the season pass wouldn't be too much of an issue. But the problem is the content. Yeah, but the main issue is the content, or lack thereof content, shall we say. That is the main issue I'm finding, is just there is a lack of content in the game. On top of that, they've recently removed a whole bunch of planets, didn't they, from the game? So it's like, well... yeah. Oh, I think they are. I think they are doing it as rotational like that, but it's still not the point. The game lacks content as it is. Yeah. I don't know. My main hope is that it doesn't end up like an Anthem. I'll say, my son? Jesus. I think, no, downstairs. Yeah, school finished now, so he'll be home. Yeah, they've been back at school for about 2 weeks now, something like that. Yeah. Tomorrow, thankfully. No, but I do need to get some sleep at some point. I got like 3 hours earlier. Yeah, well, I came home and I went on Ark, spoke with Dan for a bit, and then came off, fell asleep. No. Sam. I spoke to Dan this morning. Because Sam's a bit of a weird one. Because he goes back to work in April, 1st of April sort of thing. So he's trying, and he was a bit like me. Royally screwed up his sleeping pattern thanks to BDO. No. No, I'm at the bottom of the list, dude. Yeah. Retail workers are at the bottom of the fucking list. And yet we were key workers. And yet they don't see us as key workers. I'm sorry, but I've been working all throughout the pandemic and everything, so... Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to be getting it anyway. Oh yeah, but it made me laugh though when I saw the news yesterday. This morning when I got home from work. I was like, half the population in the UK has been vaccinated. I'm like, where the fuck are you getting these numbers? And the fucking population count they gave was like 10,000. I was like, so you're telling me the UK only has a population of 20,000? I don't think that's right. I'm pretty sure the UK doesn't have a population of 20,000. Actually, what is the UK's population?
I can cook so many things. That's because of how many items I have.
Yeah, the current UK's population is 66.65 million. So they were miles off. Okay, so that was for, yeah, that's 2019. So you're telling me since 2019 we've had 66 point, like, what, 66.4 million people in the UK die. So you're telling me apparently, like, it's not even that. 66.8 million people are technically dead in the UK for there to only be about 20,000 people alive. Okay. But no, I just couldn't help but laugh at the fucking numbers they were giving off. Like half the population been vaccinated. Okay. Yeah, but
Request granted.
there's no way that many people's been vaccinated in the UK. Because if you're going to go by like half the UK's been vaccinated, I'm pretty sure I can knock on everyone in my neighbourhood and ask them if they've been vaccinated. And by that logic, half of them should come back and say yes, that they have been vaccinated. I'm pretty sure if I was to do that, every single one of them would go, no, I haven't. Yeah.
Successful. Engines disengaged.
No. Just don't question their logic, because clearly they know how to do maths better than anyone else.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Fair enough. Well, when you do, let me know and I'll end the stream.
Frameshift drive.
Oh, have you? Alright, I'll end it then.